Some of these rookie debuts, man, in the NFL, bro.
Yeah.
Yes, indeed, man. I guess we could start in Jacksonville, right?
Trevor Lawrence?
Yeah. Even though Justin had his debut first. No. Yeah, because Justin game was at like 1, I think it was. And then Trevor, he had the primetime game. But Trevor Lawrence, man. I like what I saw.
Yeah, he looked good.
I thought he played well, man. I thought he was poised. I do like how, he obviously gets sacked that first play, but then they come back and they call it easy play, get him back on the schedule, and just get him, get his legs up on him. I thought as he, continued throughout the game,
look more comfortable.
Yes, indeed, man. Absolutely. I liked him a lot, man. I thought that, and shout out to the Jags O-line. I don't know if it was just because of that matchup, but I thought that they did a good job as a whole protecting him as well. So for that, man, I'm not fully, on this, oh man, that surefire rookie of the year, because I wanted to be competitive for this rookie of the year battle. We got a dark horse right here in Pittsburgh. But it was impressive to see that, man. I liked him. I was a little upset, though, that Travis Etienne, he didn't get in at all until like late. I'm like, oh, what's this, man? Hey. I don't know what to make of that, though.
I wouldn't make too much of it.
No, in the sense of, like, I was laughing to myself. I'm like, we viewed Etienne and Najee right there together, right? And they literally were drafted right behind each other. But to me, it's just funny how we are going to run Najee. Like, we know we're going to run that man into the ground. Like, that's the full expectation. We're going to get our money's worth. But you see with Etienne, it's like they're barely even trying to use him in the preseason. Now, granted, they got Robinson down there. He did play a good amount.
That's the thing. He made that top 100 list.
Yeah, he definitely did.
I thought really he was impressive. Good. Whenever we played Jacksonville, like he was one of the guys. I think he had over 1,000 yards last year. It was either him or Gibson, one of those two. But really he was in that range.
But to me, I was just like, man, that is crazy though. And that it makes sense though when you think about the reports with this with Urban Meyer, where he's working Etienne more at wide receiver as well. Just kind of like we said what we're doing with Trey Norwood. Hey man, we know you could do this. Learn that over there. It was just crazy that, man, you could take it back that early and you got that type of luxury right now. Whereas with us, we're gonna use ours. Yeah.
It's fake luxury for them though. I mean,
yeah. Seriously.
They just shouldn't have taken a running back.
I was like, what? That's my thing. I'm like, you take him where you in the first round where you took him at, and now you're not even using like, or is this
smoke screens?
Right. I'm like, are you trying to use, Robinson now and then either move him or you're saving Etienne for the regular season? I don't know, but I just didn't get that vibe. I don't know about you. It looked like that Robinson was the guy that they had ahead of him though.
Yeah. And that's,
yeah.
I didn't know what to expect going in.
It was another back that went in after Robinson before Etienne. Oh, where is he?
Yeah, I have no clue on that.
Yeah, it was where is this dude? Oh, it was Carlos Hyde. He was the other back that went in.
Oh, he's pretty good.
Yeah, true.
Nothing amazing, but like he's had some good seasons in the NFL. But as long as he stays healthy.
It was Robinson, then it was Hyde, and then Etienne. I was like, dang, man, like Etienne nice. He really sitting at third right now. Like, what's going on here?
Exactly. For your first round pick.
Right.
I don't know. That's not the best look.
Hey, but Jackson, you say you want to send him to Pittsburgh? We'll take two. I mean, we got Najee and Travis. And
McFarland's gone then. I just got to be real with you.
Balaj, he's surviving, huh?
Probably, because Etienne would fit the McFarland role.
True, he definitely
You get what
would.
I mean?
He definitely would.
Balaj would be just like the overall backup.
Yeah, that would be fun. But we ain't that having it right now.
We get CJ and Etienne.
That'd be a crazy, crazy year.
Yeah, like Lawrence didn't do too much. Like there was a lot of screens, but then the passes that he did, I can't even say down the field because they were more like 10, 15 yard hook routes. I mean, they look good. I mean, he didn't have any like bad misses or anything.
Just had the one that it reminded me. It was still a good, really good play by him, but the media hype surrounding it kind of reminded me of Zach Wilson's pro day throw. Talking about the play where Trevor is like sitting back in the pocket, He's like a 30-yard throw, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now, if this is any other quarterback, we'll be like, he might have came up a little bit short, and they probably should have put a little bit more air on that ball so the guy catch it and keep running, right? But with it being Trevor, the report was, hey, yo, he threw absolutely dying. Everybody goes crazy. He's just like, bro, good play, yes, but we not about to, don't do that now. Come on, man.
I think that's what a lot of people are doing with all these quarterbacks in preseason.
That's definitely the case. Like,
I had to do a heat check, and I was telling you this earlier. I went back.
Case.
I looked at Trubisky's preseason. I looked at Sam Darnold's preseason. Yes. They looked actually really good.
Yes.
So you can't take too much away from these things. I thought Lawrence looked. Actually, I think all of them had their things where they looked good.
They had their moments, yeah.
Yeah, there were some flaws here and there. Like Lawrence, those sacks, did he hold the ball little bit too long. But other than that, I thought he looked fine.
You know why the sacks happened? He just needed Tebow out there. Tebow would have blocked for him. Tebow would have made him a hole, man. Tebow would have gave him clean time, man.
Did you see Danny Woodhead laid into PFF about that vid?
I did not know.
PFF posted a vid with Tebow making a block, and it was just like him throwing his shoulder.
The attempt, yeah.
So PFF was laughing about it. And then Danny Woodhead said he laid into PFF. It was hilarious. He's like, you guys are ripping on Tebow about this, but me as a running back, I'll take that. The dude didn't make a play. He got him out of the way. Yeah, and wow. No. What he said was, you guys are going to mark this as a negative. But for me, like, there was no negative here. It was only a positive because it opened up a lane.
You lie to yourself like that, you want to, Danny. Yeah.
I'm just saying, Woodhead laid into PFF, and I was about it. I don't even care.
Now, I'm not a PFF guy, but all I'm going to say is you're going to need more than that, Danny. You're going to need a lot more than that if you want to successfully run that ball. Because the dude, that wasn't that. No. I get what he's saying, though. It's more so the shot at PFF. I'm with you. Shoot the shot at PFF. We not PFF guys. But what I have found out is this, though. Because with one of my other shows, I happen to have to talk to a PFF guy like weekly now. It's kind of cool.
Oh, you kind of like him?
It's kind of weird. But no, he helped me understand the full thing of the social media department, for example, right? Said the social media team is different than like your analytical folks. And he said it's been times where they've literally had to like take the credentials back from certain people with the social media stuff because of some of the stuff they put out. It's like so serious, bro. And I was sitting here like, okay, when you tell me that, I feel a little bit better because I'm like, at times I'm watching it like, yo, who is running this account? Like who, just like you see this stuff this. I'm just like, bro, what is this right here, man? So I did feel better about that. Then
that's hilarious.
Then I was asking him, I'm like, yo, so when it comes to some of these, like how you evaluate guys, they said that literally they have, obviously, I mean, we know they have their little system and stuff like that, but it's not the same people that grade every game, if that makes sense. So like you might have been in charge of grading this guy. I might have been in charge of gaming these guys from this game. So even though we're all going to put it out there as it's under PFF's umbrella, we both might evaluate drastically different. And that's why he said some of the times you might get some of that craziness. And he was saying how they, he'll see some stuff that's out there that he might not even agree with, but because it's a part of the PFF umbrella, you just kind of roll with it. So I was like, all right, when you say it like that, a little bit better. I just don't like how y'all try to make it so official, though. That's my part. Like, they treat PFF rankings like they're gospel. Like, when you're showing stuff during NFL broadcast games, like, it just looks like it holds more significance.
That's just smart on Collinsworth's part.
Oh, absolutely it is. I mean, it was the perfect move. Like, hey, I'm already calling these games for you. Started this ranking system. Y'all listen to me anyways. I'm going to just talk about my stuff on this, and it's going to be perfect. So, yeah. Great job by him, though, man.
What quarterback you want next?
Man. Let's go Fields.
Yeah.
Justin Fields, a.k.a. the deep ball king right now, huh?
Yeah. With Fields, I don't think it's immaculate as everyone's making it out to be, but at the same time, I really liked how he looked. Like, he looked really confident, how he was able to scramble around, make some of those throws. He was accurate. Like, some of his things at the beginning that weren't looking so good, there actually were like 2 or 3 drops where he threw it on the money, in my opinion. He did have that weird fumble, though. One of them actually should have been picked that he threw over the middle, but I just liked his poise and how he was able to just command the offense and act like he was there before. Like, it was nothing to him. That's what I really liked. In terms of the touchdown pass to Jesse James, he was wide open, dude. Actually, Jesse James, like, his favorite target, actually. Yeah. I liked how he looked a lot.
It took me a second to even realize that was Jesse. I was like, I know that guy. Yeah. But no, man, I agree, man. I like Justin, just his poise. Yeah. Right? He wasn't out there just, in terms of having happy feet, trying to run every single time, but we saw him utilize his legs. Yep. Reminded me of Cam Newton. I swear when he dropped, I was like, yo, Cam.
It was smooth too. Like, he would just scramble. Smooth, right? He would just move out the pocket. No one's around me. Yeah. No one's gonna get me. Let me just take my time. Sometimes he'd find the open guy. Sometimes he would just run.
Yeah, and he fit that Chicago.
He
looked like Chicago.
He should be starting week 1.
I agree. He looked really good right there, man. Now I ain't going that far. I do think he will be a starter. I do think the only reason why I don't like to just throw him out there like that. I like the Mahomes model where you're able to sit and just understand, take it all in, and then you go and then you pull that trigger, and now you got that guy. you just protect them from some of that negativity early on and let them fully understand it. When you got a guy like Dalton, you can do that similar thing to what the Chiefs did with Alex Smith and Pat Mahomes. Like, that's kind of how I would rather them play it out. But if Justin keeps playing like how they did, it's going to be hard to. But the only reason I'm not willing to go that far is because as a player, watching that, they definitely were scheming stuff for him to be successful, which you typically don't do in the preseason. That's what we said in Pittsburgh. We don't scheme for success in the preseason. We just want you to go out there and we're going to call basic plays, basic coverages, make it work. That touchdown pass, Jesse, that's big time scheme. You see that in regular season, like week 12 stuff. Like that type of stuff you're not supposed to be doing in the preseason. But what does it do? It makes the perception around him that much better because now it wasn't just you balled out and all this other stuff. It's like, bro, you hit that dime down the field touchdown. Like that's the highlight they keep showing. Like it can create a false sense of security though, because their defense wasn't scheming for that. Their defense wasn't preparing. Oh, we're going to have this. We're going to do this coverage and that. Like that's the part where I'm just like, I would much rather him just continue to be brought along slowly. Bring him along slowly, man. Bring him along slowly. And then once he's ready to take over, now you put him out there. Now you let him go out there and be the savior like we know he's going to be for them. I just don't want it to be out there too early and you ultimately like stunt that growth. Good luck telling that to Bears fans. True. Oh, you already know that, man. Yeah. It's over. They won Fields week 1. They're going to go crazy. Yeah. I know. Yeah, I thought he looked really good, though. Sometimes you got to protect fans from themselves, man. I don't know about that. That's all I'm saying, man. Sometimes you got to protect the fans from themselves, man. We got, 3 more? Well, we could even throw a couple guys in there that aren't rookies. We have, Trey Lance. Trey. Now, to me, this is the difference, right? With Justin, I feel like, hey, I think Dalton is still, and we've had this conversation in terms of Dalton being a good quarterback. I think Dalton can win you games and be consistent and be fine. Trey Lance, though, with Jimmy G, I think this is where that situation might be a little different because I feel like Dalton is a better quarterback than Jimmy G. I do. I feel like Dalton is a more consistent player than Jimmy G. I know Jimmy G has been able to take a team to a Super Bowl. But we all know Jimmy G was not the reason that team went to the Super Bowl. When I think of Trey Lance, if Trey can do the things that we were seeing him do in that preseason game, like, bro, that's special type. That's what you want to see. That's, what you hope all your first round quarterbacks look like, but typically they don't. Not all of them, at least. If Trey can play like that, I would much rather see Trey early on than Jimmy G because we know, like, with Jimmy G, it's going to be limited. And with Trey looks like, man, he can do a lot more, But at the same time, it is preseason, bro. And like we already named all these other quarterbacks from the previous years that do this in the preseason, and we tell ourselves we're not going to fall in love with it, and we fall in love with it. And then it turns out to be Mr. Trubisky. What I will say about Lance, though, he easily has the highest ceiling out of all these guys. Just based off watching this preseason game, you could see the arm talent and how quick. I don't know if necessarily his release is that quick, but how fast the ball comes out. Because he does have almost like a Kaepernick like release that you brought up where he winds it back a little bit, but the arm talent is really there. Yeah. So if he could hone in on a little bit of the inaccuracy that I saw, granted, there were some drops in that game where he was throwing some dots, but there were some where it was just like, this is coming in way too fast. This is a little inaccurate. Like you get your touch. Yeah. Just work on the touch. And actually, I wrote this down. It reminds me of a little bit of early Josh Allen. Like I promise I was thinking the same. He has that upside. He obviously has the arm talent. He has a cannon. If he could just hone in on the accuracy, he could be really special. I don't know how soon that's going to be. Is it going to take what Josh Allen did 2 years to get to that point where he just really went off in his third season? It is funny, too, with the Josh Allen progression because before Josh, we kept saying, well, most times when you have accuracy issues, that doesn't improve at the NFL level. People would bring that up. They would point to Cam Newton as an example of that, right? Guys that struggle with accuracy, just they don't get that at the NFL spot. But Josh showed that you can get that. And I do feel like that's going to open the door for Trey, for people to be more confident that Trey will be able to get that accuracy stuff a little bit more dialed in. That's the question. If he could fix that, then if it never happens, then it could be a rough career for him. Yeah. But there's still going to be flashes. Like I still think if he gets the opportunity, there's going to be plays where you're just like, wow. Yeah. Just because how talented this dude is. But I thought overall he looked pretty impressive to me. Even though there was some inaccuracy, maybe there should have been a pick or two, but just the flash was pretty cool with him because he got rushed a lot more than I thought with Fields and trying to make it happen. How he was able to scramble a little too. True. I feel like Who do you think was under more pressure though, Trey or
Trey?
Trevor? Because
Trevor.
Trevor got some pressure as well, man.
Oh, I don't know. I really don't know.
Because I was trying to think like,
who was under more? Because I just saw their play. Like I didn't get to see their full games. I just saw every play that they made, whether it was good or bad, attempts and all that. I did think Lawrence was under some. I mean, they both were.
Yeah,
they both were.
Because I mean, obviously with Lawrence, it was the first play where he had the forced fumble on the sack. Now, granted, he recovered it, but that did kind of just feel like, dog, they about to get my man murdered out here, bro.
No, I was impressed. I'm telling you, I was impressed with all these guys for different reasons, but Lance, you could see the upside there with him for sure. For a fact,
he stood. Yeah, I'm excited to see him going forward, man.
Zach Wilson.
What's your thoughts on Mr. Pro? The
better than what I thought, because everyone was ripping on him in training camp.
Yeah,
and you know how we said he looks smaller than what he's listed at. He didn't look that small, and actually, his arm talent it was pretty good.
Crazy arm talent. I thought he still looked a little tiny. He looked a little bicey.
He looked good though, from what I'm like. He stood tall. He looked confident in there. He didn't look like how all the reports were saying in training camp. Like he was just shit. Granted, he probably made the safest of throws compared to everyone else. Maybe Mac Jones. Mac Jones was thinking and dunking.
But no, Mac was just a little bit slightly off on his calculations downfield. He stretched the field.
Oh yeah, he threw. The dude dropped it. The dude definitely dropped it.
Yeah, he had like a couple of them where he
you're right.
To stretch the field, man.
Mac had more opportunities. I'll put it that way. And he actually did take those shots. Whereas Wilson, didn't he only play like 2 series?
Yeah.
That was it. Maybe 2 or 3. I can't remember, because like I said, all of us watching is like every Zach Wilson throw on YouTube. So that was it. But I thought he looked fine.
Yeah, Zach is going to be good. The issue with Zach is
the Jets.
Yes. Are the Jets going to damage you, Zach? We hope they don't. But we've seen how they operate sometimes. Oh no. Who you think will be the best right now? Just off for 1 week? We got 1 week.
For just the rookies.
Just for the rookies. 1 weekend right now.
Just their rookie season?
Just
Who's
right
gonna
now.
Have the best season?
I'm going to ask this literally after every week of the preseason for them too.
Okay.
Has your mindset changed right now?
Okay.
That might be our little running thing as this season progresses. We just going to keep following these rookie quarterbacks, man. Just see how we feel about them, man. Has our order changed?
Who's going to have the best season? Is that what we're saying? Best season, best career?
I ain't want to go career.
Okay, best season.
We'll go best season. The way too early best season predictions for these young stud.
I don't think Lance is going to play. Mac's not going to play till at least after week 4, 5, or 6, depending on how Cam does. So Lawrence or Fields or Zach Wilson. Probably Fields, just because of the team.
How long do you think till Mac Jones plays, though?
I honestly think he should probably start week 1.
Because I low-key feel like I wouldn't be surprised.
I think it's going to be Cam, though.
Move. Yeah.
I think it's going to be Cam, but I think he should start.
Cam, but I wouldn't be surprised they go Mac.
He looks good. Mac looks good in terms of just his command of the offense.
You know, he looks like, huh?
He did. He looked exactly like Brady. I don't. His arm's not on that level yet.
Oh my God! Yes.
His arm's not on that level yet, but I don't know if he could work up to that, kind of how Brady did. Because Brady's arm actually got really good like midway through his career. It's still good now.
He shifted to the TB12. He shifted to the avocado ice cream, man, and that changed it, bro.
Yeah, his arm's still good. So
my bad. Hold on. Micah says I should let the people vote on this as well. Okay. I got you. All right. So you keep talking. I'm gonna get to figuring out this poll situation.
No, Mac Jones. He dropped back, quick decision, 5 yards. And then at points, just like Brady used to do, you're doing that throughout your whole drive, and then you take the shot downfield. It's just that Mac Jones couldn't connect on it. I thought he looked good. It's just Mac Jones versus the other quarterbacks doesn't have the flash, but Brady didn't have the flash either.
All right, so the 4 quarterbacks that we said, because we said Trey probably won't get an opportunity early on, we're going with Trevor Lawrence, Justin Fields, Zach Wilson, and Mac Jones, right?
Sure.
Those are the ones. All right. Cool. Continue.
Because they said Trey Lance is just not playing this year.
Right.
At all.
That's what I heard. That's the same thing I heard. We're on
that could change, but we'll take Shanahan at his word for that. And when Trey Lance starts playing, maybe we could throw him in there. But Mac Jones might not play either. I think he should. I think he could be better for the Patriots than Cam Newton.
And I gave y'all all first names only. I was not about to keep typing all these last names and trying to figure out if I'm spelling them correctly. All right. So, yeah. But it is up, so we shall see. The people ask for the poll. The people gets the poll. That's what y'all get. All right.
Now, in terms of, man, for this season, like if Mac Jones started week 1,
I think I think his situation would be better in New England starting week 1 than Trevor Lawrence would be in Jacksonville with the new coach, the organizational rehaul and stuff.
And then Zach Wilson with the Jets too.
Yeah.
I'm with you on that. Now the question is if Justin Fields started week 1 though.
That makes it interesting. Even if Justin Fields starts week 3, I still feel like he's very much in that conversation.
I agree.
All he needs to be is starting by week 3, and he could easily be in that conversation, man.
I agree.
And I wouldn't put it past you're Chicago, man.
Fields can do different things, obviously, with his legs and the scrambling and stuff. But Mac Jones, we've seen it before in New England. Like, I didn't need to see necessarily the flash from Mac Jones where I'm just like, oh shit, they're building this up again. He's
super consistent. He's disciplined. He plays within the offense. He takes coaching well. That's all you need. Yep. Oh, it looks like Jordan Love is considered day.
It's just tough, man. I don't know. So the only 3 guys I know that are playing right off the bat. Actually, there's only 2: Trevor Lawrence and Zach Wilson. Justin Fields, we don't know if he's going to play.
Yeah,
he's most likely.
I feel like Justin's going to be on that field by week 5. As much as I want it to be Dalton to,
I think of the 3 that are sitting, I think Fields has the highest likelihood of getting on the field first. It should be Mac, though. Or it should be both of them. But I think Mac should be starting week 1. I do think Fields should be starting week 1, too.
I feel like Mac, yeah.
I actually think Trey Lance should be starting week 1, too, to be honest with you. It's just that they're going to sit him.
Yeah, and he keeps doubling down on that. In terms of Shanahan, he keeps doubling down on them wanting to ease Trey. Now, but they did say that Lance will get snaps, though. He will get utilized, but they said they're not going to make that switch, which I'm just like...
Wait, in... actual regular season,
from what I understood,
Wildcat rules and stuff. Oh, that's dumb.
That's what I saw. Yeah, that they said they were going to use them. Now, I don't know how extensive a package is going to be, but obviously the thing that got brought up was how when Alex was with the Niners and Kaepernick had that little package where they would bring him in, and it wasn't necessarily Wildcat. It was like what Baltimore's offense was. It was just ahead of that time, and obviously the same coordinator in terms of the OC. But that's kind of like the perception that it was going to be with Trey Lance in terms of how they use him with Jimmy G in tandem like that. That it would be like how Kaepernick would come up, have his little packages, and they would use him at different parts of the game. And you would see it was effective. It was very effective during that time frame, man. So, yeah.
Unless he thinks they could just still win with Jimmy G. Because I could see with Trey Lance, like he could just flash, maybe win you games outright. But early on with potential some of the inaccuracy, maybe he could lose you a game or 2, which you don't want to have. If you think you could still roll with Jimmy G, I don't know. Maybe he shouldn't have. I'm just wondering if he should have just came out and said that we're starting Jimmy G the whole time. Yeah. Or just say like, hey, we're starting off with Jimmy G.
Starting off would have been better. But if you say starting off, then you know you got to answer the questions every week.
When's Trey Lance coming in?
And especially if Jimmy has a bad game or just an okay game. Or the team doesn't respond as well. Hey, do you think you could get more out of a quarterback switch? Yeah.
Yeah, I guess make the statement to try to get the media members off you, but people are still going to ask it.
Oh, yeah. Come on now. They always going to ask. We're going to ask them questions too.
Anyone else? Like young quarterbacks, Drew Lock looked kind of decent. Teddy Bridgewater actually looked decent with the Broncos too.
Man. Quarterback competition.
Jordan Love looked decent.
He did, but they say he's hurt. They say he's shoulder day to day right now, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tua, I'm not a believer.
Oh, yeah.
I don't think
he had a pick in that game too, man.
Yeah, I don't think his arm's strong enough.
Yeah.
He's accurate. He's got a nice touch. I just don't think his arm's strong enough, though.
Have we seen guys thrive, though, without strong arms?
Breeze.
I'm trying to think. Was he the only one?
Do we want to say Wilson's arm is that strong?
You talking about Russ?
Yeah.
Russ strong. Russ. I mean, it's not like elite strong, but it's still strong enough. We don't view him as having a weak arm, right? Or not a strong arm. Like, that's it. I feel like Drew might be the only one. I'm thinking that's like that. I can't think of anyone.
I'm not a believer in Tua. I don't think he's going to be it.
They said, man,
it's unfortunate.
Which man? Eli or Peyton? Chad Pennington.
That didn't work though. I don't want him as my quarterback.
Right. We're saying like guys where you're like, yo, he was a franchise quarterback.
Alex Smith, no.
Yeah, because Alex, good player, not franchise quarterback. Because I kind of feel like Alex Smith and Andy Dalton are the same. Like good players, I don't want them as my franchise quarterback. But if I can't have a franchise quarterback, I would love one of those guys. But yeah, they're not my franchise guys. So yeah,
it's unfortunate. He seems like a good guy. I wish him the best, but
Rich Gannon, actually, that's a good one.
I thought he had a cannon.
I remember like who he was throwing to. I don't remember his like arm like that.
He had a really good run with the Raiders. I was a kid though, man. That was before we drafted Ben.
And see, like for me, I remember like arm strength, Sir, Mr. Lean, Jamarcus. That's who it was. Jamarcus. Yeah, Jamarcus had the cannon.
Yeah.
I thought Rich was just like the better player. Like savvy vet, could sling that thing. And he took him to a Super Bowl with Gruden.
In 2002.
Yeah, with Gruden, absolutely, man. But like when I think of like strong arms, like Jamarcus, like he had a rocket. Yeah. I don't remember Gannon having it like that. I could be off.
I don't remember. We'd have to check the tapes on Gannon. Yeah. That's for someone to bring that up.
And then everybody's bringing up Duck. Yo, boy, Duck.
He threw a pick.
That's what you draw the line?
No, what I'm saying, did you say he threw a pick in preseason? He played with the Rams.
Yeah, I did see. Yeah.
I was trying to check the highlights. No one had him up on YouTube at all.
I thought he played well though for a little while.
I didn't even see him.
Yeah.
I didn't see him.
And they brought up Phillip Rivers. They say he's another guy.
Oh yeah, his arms ain't that good.
Yeah, and he had that stank release too.
That's a good point.
Yeah.
I don't know. That might even be better than Tua's arm strength though. Rivers. I could see what they're saying.
Tua's arm, it stands out. You could see it. Yeah.
What are people saying on this best rookie season?
So right now, man, it's been up for 6 minutes. We got 130 people that voted. 63% Justin Fields. Then after that is a significant drop off. Trevor Lawrence sitting at 15%. Zach Wilson at 12%. And then Mac Jones at 11% in terms of who will have the best rookie season. It's a whopping
Justin Fields
amount of people for Justin Fields right now. Like, holy cow. Wow. I'm a little surprised. I thought it would be Trevor or I thought they would go with Zach because, Zach's going to get a ton of opportunities, man.
I'm between Fields and Mac Jones.
Yeah.
Those are probably my two.
I'm going Fields.